because it's very similar in topography and climate for them. As you can see here, they're able to grow a lot of the similar crops that they're used to in their own country, like rice. They have bamboo to utilize for harvest and for building materials. The demonstration site first got started through a grant from the Department of Health and Human Services and the United Home Association in 2007. Over the years, the grant funding ran out, and in 2011, the Cooperative Extension Program picked up the program. And we partnered up with the Blackburn landfill, and they allocated about 3 acres for us to utilize. This is a picture of the demonstration site in 2011. One of the biggest questions I think anyone working with minorities always face is the issue of land access. Many of the farmers don't have access to land to produce vegetables. Of the 3 acres given to us, 1.5 acres were allocated to 6 plots, and it goes into 6 different families. They pay about $10 a month that goes towards electricity for the water. And we do have water, it is well water. One of the biggest challenges that these farmers is facing is finding locally grown produce that they're used to in their culture. By owning these plots, the farmers are able to raise crops that they're used to consuming in their homeland. The produce grown here is then harvested for their family, both immediate and extended, church groups, and market. The age range for these farmers is normally between early 40s and early 60s. One thing I would tell anyone if they're ever wanting to work with minority farmers is to listen to their story, build a trust. The reason why I say that is because of all the farmers that work here at the demonstration site, all the female tells me that they want to farm because it's therapeutic for them. I put these pictures in because I wanted to share the different vegetables that all the farmers grew at the demonstration site. The top left is dry land rice paddy that one of the farmers grew this year. The bottom left is one of the farmers' plot. It looks very messy, but they believe in intercropping because they want to utilize every single space they can get. The top right is a picture of the long beans at the farmer's trellis, and I wish you can see this farmer's trellis because it is wonderful. And the bottom one was just some Asian greens. Of the 6 farmers at the demonstration site, 2 farmers take their vegetables to the local flea market, both female, both unemployed, and both restless in that they must always remain active. This is a picture of one of the farmers at the plot that sells at the flea market here. And you can see all the different varieties of vegetables they have. The other side to the demonstration site is our demonstration garden, hence the name. The demonstration garden is a little more than an acre, and it contains a 26 by 90 foot high tunnel. This is a picture of a field day last year that we hosted. And it's usually a crowd drawer because it gets a lot of people from the community to come out. Let's see, I'm out of place now. But you can see here, a lot of the farmers that work here, one thing they have to do is to agree to be able to work at the plot. They have to agree to come to a lot of the educational sessions that we host at the demonstration site. And then that's why we call it a demonstration garden, because we do a lot of educational session on it as well too. Through these educational sessions, and one thing I like to see from them is that I like to see these educational sessions as a volunteer opportunity for me. I get people from the community to come and learn about all these sustainable techniques, but at the same time I get help on the site. We were able to put in a smaller high tunnel. I taught them all about drip irrigation, so they started using that, and we put in a rain barrel. This is just a picture of the field day that I hosted in 2011. We had demonstrated some tomatoes inside the high tunnels, and we produced so many that we were able to give some to them away. And you can see all the tomatoes in the baskets. The difference between the demonstration garden and the farmer's plot is that I grow more of your conventional crops such as tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, and strawberries. The reason is because I want the farmers, especially those taking vegetables to the market, to realize that they need to have a balance between traditional and niche crop. One rule is that they have to help me whenever, to help me on the farm, basically to take care of it as well too. You know, someone had mentioned today early in the morning about community partnership. You know, it's not about them giving to us all the time, it's about us giving to them as well too. And we would not be able to have this demonstration site without the help of, you know, A&T State University, Soil and Water, the county. And so what we normally do is try to give some vegetable back to them as well too, or some kind of crop that we harvest. All the produce that's harvested at the demonstration site is either given to the families, and if they don't finish harvesting it, it's given to the local food banks, and then it's given to a few of the employees who work there. And we've probably donated about 5,000 pounds of vegetables overall. So what's next for the demonstration site? Well, we're currently trialing some strawberries out at the high tunnel, and the reason is because we want to showcase growing strawberries for Thanksgiving for a lot of farmers. We started our first harvest last week. This is a plan of what we're planning to do at the demonstration site. As you can see, there's not a lot of kids involved, and I want to get more kids involved. So we're going to put in some raised beds to get kids to feel more ownership out of that, so that they can feel like, hey, I'm not having like a huge half an acre plot, but I have a small, 4 by 20 feet raised bed. The other thing is I'm trying to get a CSA started out there as well too, because there's only 2 farmers selling a lot of their produce. But one thing is I really want to tell them about gathering together. It's more about building a community together. So what they would do is harvest the vegetables and then collect it, wash it, package it, and I would help market for them. The very last thing I'm trying to do is, I've noticed that there's a lot of refugee groups. Everybody's working with refugees in their own way. They have their own difficulty. So I really want to write a curriculum that can kind of get all of this together and kind of help other people who want to help minorities start out. Sorry, that was so fast. Like I said, you can pull me to the side.